Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we dive into a shocking and highly controversial breaking news story that has taken the political world by storm. Reports are surfacing that former President Donald Trump has allegedly tried to distance himself as newly unsealed Epstein files threaten to expose explosive information. At the same time, economist and political analyst Professor Richard Wolff has weighed in with powerful commentary that is raising even more questions about power, wealth, and corruption at the highest levels. This situation is unfolding rapidly, and people everywhere are asking, what do these files actually contain? Why is Trump trying to run away from this story? And what does Professor Wolff believe this reveals about the deeper structure of American politics and elites? To understand the full picture, we have to go back to the long and disturbing history of Jeffrey Epstein, a wealthy financier with deep ties to influential figures in business, politics, and entertainment. For years, Epstein operated a network of trafficking and abuse, yet he was repeatedly shielded from full accountability. Many have believed that the reason he escaped justice for so long was because he had connections to powerful individuals. His private island, his flights on the infamous Lolita Express, and his secretive lifestyle became symbols of a hidden world that most Americans knew nothing about. Now, with the release of new court documents and files, names are being revealed, stories are coming to light, and the public is demanding the truth. One of the biggest surprises is that these documents could include information tied to Donald Trump. Trump has long claimed he had little to do with Epstein, but old interviews and photos show they were at social events together in the 1990s and early 2000s. Trump once even said Epstein liked young women on the younger side, a comment that has resurfaced as people revisit their connection. As the pressure grows, Trump appears to be backing away from the subject, denying involvement, and trying to redirect public attention. Critics argue that this is a deliberate move to protect himself before more damaging information becomes public. Supporters say this is just another political attack. But if Trump is truly distancing himself, the question is, what is he afraid of? This is where Professor Richard Wolff comes in. Wolff is known for analyzing economic and political power structures, and his commentary on this situation is intense. According to Wolff, the Epstein scandal is not just about individual crimes. It's about a system built to protect the wealthy and powerful. He argues that Epstein functioned as a sort of gatekeeper for elites, providing access, favors, and leverage. In Wolff's view, the real story is that these people operated above the law, and institutions were designed to serve them. That's why Epstein received a sweetheart deal in 2008 that kept his crimes mostly hidden. That's why his network remained largely untouched. And that's why, when he was finally arrested again in 2019, the world never got all the answers, because he died under mysterious circumstances in his jail cell. For millions of people, Epstein's death was suspicious. The cameras malfunctioned, guards fell asleep, and key evidence disappeared. To this day, his death remains one of the most debated events in modern history. Was it suicide, or was he silenced? Wolff believes that regardless of how he died, the system benefited from his silence. But now the files are reopening old wounds, and if the truth starts coming out, it may shake politics like never before. Trump isn't the only high-profile figure named in the Epstein files. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, tech billionaires, Hollywood executives, and financial leaders have all been connected in various ways. Some took flights on Epstein's private jet. Others visited his island or stayed at his properties. But what makes Trump's situation unique is that he is running for president again, and any association with Epstein could be politically devastating. Already, political opponents are calling for investigations. Some commentators are accusing Trump of running away from accountability. Others say he must come clean and explain the full nature of his relationship with Epstein. As more details emerge, the public is furious not just at individuals, but at the entire system. Why were these files hidden for so long? Why did the courts seal documents that involved the exploitation of minors? Why did prosecutors protect certain people while victims were ignored? Professor Wolff argues that this is what happens when money controls justice. He says the Epstein case proves how dangerous it is when elites are untouchable. When wealthy people can buy silence, influence prosecutors, and destroy evidence, democracy begins to collapse. Wolff believes that unless the public demands real accountability, history will repeat itself. But here is where the story takes a shocking turn. Some insiders claim that the exposure of the Epstein files could trigger a chain reaction. If one major political figure is publicly linked to Epstein, others could follow. It becomes a domino effect. That is why so many powerful people are nervous. There are rumors of sealed testimony, confidential agreements, and hidden recordings that Epstein used as insurance. If those recordings ever come out, it could change everything. Trump's critics say this is why he is running away, not physically but politically, changing the subject, launching media distractions, attacking his opponents, and shifting focus to other controversies. The real question is, what will the American people do? In recent years, we have seen growing distrust in institutions, media, and government. Many believe that corruption is widespread and accountability is rare. The Epstein scandal is the ultimate symbol of that belief. It represents everything people fear: wealth without rules, exploitation without consequences, and secrets protected at the highest levels. Wolff says this is not just about Trump or Epstein, it's about how capitalism and politics merge to protect the elite. He believes that the Epstein case is a window into a hidden world where money buys silence and power erases crimes. At the same time, there is hope. The fact that these files are coming out means the truth is harder to hide. Survivors are speaking up. Journalists are investigating. The public is demanding transparency. If enough pressure builds, even the most protected individuals could face consequences. That is why this moment is so critical. It is not just about the past, it's about the future. What kind of society will we accept? One where the rich get away with anything? Or one where justice applies to everyone? As we move forward, the next few weeks could be explosive. More names may be revealed, more evidence may surface, and more political fallout could occur. If Trump continues to avoid the issue, people will wonder what he is hiding. If he speaks openly, he risks exposing damaging truths. Either way, this story is far from over. Professor Wolff warns that the deeper we dig, the more we will uncover about the corrupt systems behind the scenes. This is bigger than any one person. It is about the structure of power itself. So stay tuned, because this story could reshape politics, media, and public trust in ways we have never seen before. The Epstein files are opening the door to secrets long buried. Trump's reaction is raising serious questions. Professor Wolff's commentary is helping people understand the deeper implications. And the world is finally paying attention. The truth is coming, whether the powerful like it or not. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis. And let us know in the comments what you think about this shocking situation.